Hi Collective, welcome to the channel, Galactic Goddess Codes. Hi everyone, I'm Crystal, a divine messenger, delivering messages to you from the higher realms. Welcome in everyone. Feeling a little bit animated this morning. Oh no, maybe I got sufficient rest. That could be a big thing. So, I've been getting guided to some of my decks that I haven't had in quite some time. They all dusty. We're brushing things off, right? It's time. Look at this. The Golden Future Oracle they guided me to. I knew I was going to start to use this deck when it was time. And I was like, oh, baby. It's time, right? And Sacred Light Oracle I was feeling, which we know there's energetic shifts going on when I feel guided to this deck. It's been such a long time. Keepers of the Light I'm feeling. Ooh. Aphrodite, Athena, Mother Mary, Freya. What? Or no, this is the goddess. Okay, be going through all the goddesses, right? Oh, baby. So we're going to pull some fun cards. See, maybe they had me grab the whole tray for a reason. I've been feeling all them. I was feeling the unicorns coming through. Okay, let's get started with this. Okay, so higher vibrational frequencies are definitely coming in. Okay, as they have been, but they're amplified, right? Okay, they're very amplified at this time. I know I'm connecting a lot with the energies that are coming through. We transmit these energies too, if you didn't know. Right, I feel to say this is going to be a reading for my Starseed Collective, okay? Starseeds, Lightworkers, Earth Angels, that's pretty much who's guided to me. If you were unaware that you are one, well, it's confirmation that you are, okay? Because if you were guided to my reading, that's what my content is for, okay? So, that's why they don't like to promote my channel. I run into blockages and shadow bans and things like that. But you know what? My energy still gets broadcasted. Still gets put out there, right? Still is felt. That's why I just, do several channels. I was thinking about opening up another one as well. Anyway. Look, Harmonic Resolution's been coming out. I keep going right to Magical Dimensions. Reflective Truth has been coming out too. That's my twin flame card. Identity, self-love, acceptance. So for some of you, you are connecting with like a twin or somebody that's mirroring your energy. Okay? Maybe, and I was sitting here and I was thinking about how I was getting a lot of my negative sides mirrored at me, but it was for my evolution and growth. Like I've been realizing like, wow, yeah, I needed to shatter my ego a lot. Like I had like, it was more like a spiritual ego. Now I'm starting to realize it. And one of the Star family members put it in perfect perspective for me. And I was like, yeah, that's exactly what was going on. Like, you reach this point. I don't even know how she was saying it. But you reach this point where, like, you don't feel like you're better than everyone. But you just feel like you're more advanced. So you're on this level that you just automatically think like you have more of an understanding than they do. So it kind of puts you higher than them. You think that you know more. It puts you in a spiritual ego because you feel like I know the inner workings of the universe, so who are you to come at me? Like you ain't even woke. How do you even understand what's going on? Like you can't see your tests and your things because you're not woke enough. Y'all, like, we got to get out of that mindset because so many people, like, are recognizing the patterns that they are learning from them. They are breaking away, even though they might not be awakened to the levels that we are and understanding the control in the matrix. People are still realizing it. And that is what is so beautiful is I think we compare ourselves too much to like, wow, you're not going to break free from the matrix. You're not going to recognize the programming and all this because you're not woke. People still are, right? So that's a whole nother message in itself. But what I'm getting at is that, so for some of you, like, you're breaking away, or maybe your twin was mirroring like your ego at you and your things like that. Because from what I'm getting, like your divine mirror can change. Okay, I feel that. Yeah, you hear this twin flame, and I think we mix up a lot of like our twin being like our perfect mirror, somebody being like completely like us, right? Completely understand us, but it's literally not like your soul is split into two and you're identical other part. Like, I don't believe that anymore. Because to me, you're your own. Because to me, you can like split yourself multiple times, and it doesn't mean you're not whole and complete because you're not together. Do you know what I mean? Like, so for many of you, maybe you do have like multiple versions of yourself in different. And especially as we're getting into different timelines, like you could be aligning with yourself in a different time. Like another version of yourself. Like I don't care what anybody says to me, like whether you believe this or not, but it's like I knew that like I lost my father back in 2020 around the time of COVID coming out. Okay, and it's like I've encountered souls that have channeled through, where my father has channeled through souls, because when people, and it's older people, because when you realize that like you know, anybody can be used, especially if you're awakened. And that's why I've been realizing like the ones that to me are most easily channeled and connected are the ones that you wouldn't suspect, not the ones in high positions and calling themselves channelers and diviners and things like that. They're literally the ones that are on the streets, the ones that you encounter that are you don't realize that so many people that appear broken, and maybe they're the most connected, because they're the ones that have the faith that keep going. It's why they're still here. And you know, because it's like if people didn't have that hope and that faith, they're the ones that self-delete. They're the ones that cancel out. They're the ones that don't make it. So the ones that are here, that appear to be fighting every day for survival, they're the ones that are the most connected, right? That's why the ones that you pass by in the streets, and you can, the most genuine, the most passionate, giving people I've ran into are the ones that are on the streets that don't have much at all, right? And if you, and people overlook like, oh, you know, you homeless, because, you know, people look at the homeless in like disgust and like, oh, like failure, you got messed up in drugs and all of that stuff. But you don't realize that those are the ones that are the most connected and actually receiving the most divine help. They're receiving more than you. They're receiving more than some in the most highest places that you may think that the divine is reaching, because you don't realize those are the ones that are getting forgotten. They're the ones that are getting neglected. So they're the ones that are getting the most divine help, more than you realize. So the angels channel through them more than some of your highest spiritual people. That's what I was starting to encounter and realize. So, yeah, there's that. Take what you would with it, you know. Believe me or not, whatever. I don't care. I'm just putting it out there. So maybe you shouldn't turn away, you know, when you have a homeless person, you know, you're really reaching out to God's divine source or angels, but you have somebody that looks a little like they're struggling coming up to you, because you could literally be turning away God himself trying to talk to you. You put it in that perspective, right? Even though God can be used, God's in everything, and everything, everyone. We always know that, right? But that's what I mean. It's more accessible to the ones that didn't lose their faith. Okay. They're giving me a lot of different things. I get a little bit fired up with this. All right. So what I'm getting at is that you got to stop setting yourself on like a certain person. Okay, like if you like you've been waiting for like your twin and all this. For a lot of you, like you're dealing with your exact divine mirror. So maybe for some of you, like you did meet somebody with like you would consider to be your counterpart, your everything. Maybe you did, for some of you, maybe you did meet an alternate version of yourself. Maybe you are connected with another version of yourself. And okay, so back to what I was saying with my father. So yeah, there's been things channeling through him, but also I swear, like I connected with my father, like in another version of my father, like another alternate timeline of like his essence, his soul, his whatever, in another man completely. And this man was also like about 10 years younger than my father would have been. Right? But just watching this man, his mannerisms, the way that he was, the business that he was running, just everything to his type, his style, his wife, everything. I literally just sat there because I was watching my lover and him interact for like an hour. And I was just like, oh my God, he like, this is like my father, but in another, like, and not just like that father vibe, just everything. To the mannerism, to the way that he talked, to the way that he joked, to the way, like, I literally sat there like I was watching TV, like a movie, like, and it was almost like I was like, wasn't even there, but I was watching it play out, and I was just like, this could literally be like a movie, of and what is just so beautiful is that this is a story where it was like he was helping from like another realm. Like, it's just so crazy because, wow, like I'm gonna put my story out there, like this is the man that I aligned with, that got me out of my homelessness. This is the man that literally got me out of my homelessness and gave my family a chance and ran his businesses. Just everything exactly like my father always wanted to do. Like everything that, just the way that he handled his friends, his contract, his business, like everything. Like that's what I grew up watching. But it was like, I seen how he was sabotaged and he was blocked. And he didn't get to build his business enterprise. But I knew what he always wanted to build, what he always wanted to do. But it was like, I got to see it successful in another man that appeared just like him. I don't even feel like I'm giving this justice. But I was just sitting there like, oh my God, like, if it wasn't him, I was guided exactly like he almost found somebody exactly like him to take me in, to just show me, like, it's getting like a mixture of like the movie Interstellar in a way. It's almost like he was guiding through another universe, another alternate version of himself. But it was just, I was getting so many different, like, it was way beyond coincidences. It was literally, I got to see an alternate version of my father and somebody else. And this man actually, I was guided to him to see it, to show me, and the way it was so much, because it was like so much was being shown. And literally even this man was like, my wife doesn't like me when I explain everything, how it's been, just like the fact that I was just sitting there watching all of it play out because it was showing me something. It was it was one of those just beautiful moments where just I was learning inner workings of the universe. I was showing things. I don't even think I'm able to explain this to levels of comprehension. Maybe some of you are just going to understand it. Maybe you've ran into something where, you've connected with somebody and you're like, this is like an alternate version of this person's life, of this person's essence, of this person's everything. Like, I was even thinking like, oh my God, like, is this like my dad's like lost brother? Or could this have been like my dad's twin? Or like my dad